What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions. In today's reaction, I'm going to be checking out the latest release from Sweden's newest supergroup of melodeath legends, the Halo Effect. Now, I'm going to assume a lot of people that are watching this have already seen their first music video or are familiar with this band and the members in it. But if this is your first time, there are a couple interesting things you should know. Firstly, everybody in this band was either in or somehow a part of In Flames at some point. And not only that, we've also got members that were part of Dark Tranquillity, Hammerfall, Ceremonial Oath, and a bunch of other bands. All of the members that are in this lineup have way more than enough credibility to be considered legends of the Gothenburg music scene. And when I first heard their single that they released a couple months ago, I was sold immediately. This is the sound I grew up on, man, that got me into the European metal market when I was a teenager. And they haven't released an official album announcement statement yet. But whenever that's going to happen, this is my most anticipated album of 2022, and I cannot wait. But let's just jump into this one, man. I will link this original music video in the description below, and today I'm once again listening to the Halo Effect, and for the very first time watching their brand new music video for the song, Feel What I Believe. Let's go. Oh, okay, we're gonna go back into that. Dude, this is giving me, like, that main riff that we just heard is giving me so many nostalgic flashback feelings and vibes of being a teenager, man. Just those melodeath leads and riffs, dude. Oh my god. This band, like, I know we talked in the last video a lot about their old projects and stuff like that. So at this point, we're not going to like break down all the bands that these guys were in and stuff. But like, these guys sound more like In Flames than In Flames does right now. And I don't mean any disrespect, because In Flames is one of my favorite bands of all times. I have their Jester Head logo tattooed on my arm. It's just like, this sound brings me back to like the late 90s, early 2000s sound of that In Flames era that I loved, man. I just love melodeath in general. I mean, this is fucking awesome, man. Let's keep going and we'll talk gear in a little bit. This song's gonna make me cry again. Like the last video when I saw all the members like walk out, dude. Oh my god. This like I said in my intro, this is my most anticipated album of 2022. I absolutely mean that, man. I mean, this is I can't find the words to explain the way this music is making me feel right now. And a lot of it is that nostalgic sound from when I was a teenager, man. Let's talk some gear here. One of the most interesting things I've noticed so far is that one of their guitar players, Nicholas, has had two different guitars in this video. The first one I do recognize. It's a Gibson RD, which is not that common of a guitar, man. The RDs stand for Research and Development. Now, those guitars were some of the first that Gibson ever made that had active pickups, and believe it or not, commercially, it was pretty unsuccessful. A lot of guitar players back then did not like how powerful those guitars were with active pickups. And, you know, over the years, they've had reissues and re-releases and stuff like that. And then it's funny because players didn't like the active pickups back then, but now a lot of the newer models of Gibsons do have active pickups. So that one to me is probably a custom or an artist series that he's using. I think the graphics that are on him are definitely custom. I don't know if Gibson did that for him. He is a Gibson exclusive artist, but he could have had another artist just put that on there or something. But the other guitar he's using, I'm not familiar with, but I believe the company it's from is called Sergeant Doom. And the only thing I know about that company is that they're from Sweden, custom handmade guitar shop. And the only reason I know that is because I've seen it on Nicholas's Instagram. But other than that, I don't know anything about the guitar, so I'll have to look up more. And then Jesper, who was the founding member of In Flames, he is once again using the same guitar we saw in the last video. It's the ESP LTD Vulture, which is the signature model of James Hettfield, who I probably don't need to tell you what band he's from. Active Electronics, the ESP headset, or James Hetfield's signature pickups in it. And I still think that the headstock on that thing looks suspiciously similar to the Buzzard from Warwick, but I'll digress from that. Let's keep going. We'll talk more later. We'll lead back into that break because we're getting towards the end and I still haven't talked about Peter or Daniel. So let's talk about Peter and Daniel. Those two actually, before we even talk about gear, own a beer brewing company outside of Gothenburg together. I believe it's called Odd Island. If I ever make it to Sweden, I want to go out there and check it out. Won't be trying anything because I don't drink anymore, but I still want to go. It'd be really cool. So Daniel, exclusive artist of Tama drums, Meinl cymbals, Evans drumheads, and ProMark drumsticks. Now, one thing I haven't really talked about much on this channel is you see a lot of drummers that use that combo of ProMark drumsticks and Evans drumheads. There's a reason for that. Both of those companies are owned by D'Addario, the string company, who has a lot of subsidiaries under them. So they acquired them a while back. So most of the time when artists get endorsements from D'Addario or anything like that, Evans and ProMark come with that, and the drummers oftentimes use both of them. Peter, I might be crazy, but I also think he might be using 2 different basses in this one, although one of them I haven't seen that well. It just did look dark. It could be just the shot in the video, but I'll specifically talk about the white one that he's using. Peter is very well known for using the Ibanez SRs. That's like all I've ever seen him use. And he's had 3 signatures made from Ibanez for his own bass, but they're all kind of built around In Flames. They all have the In Flames logo on them in some way, whether it's on the body of the guitar or on the 12th fret on the inlay. So it's not surprising he's not using one of his signature models, but the one he is using, it looks like an older one. And I say that because of the knob layout on the actual guitar. It looks like an early to mid 2000s Ibanez SR, and it's probably a 1005 because it's definitely a 5-string and he uses higher end stuff. Great basses though, man. That's it for gear. Let's just rip the rest of this. Oh, there is a second bass. One other thing I just noticed is when it shows this shot here with all of the band members, I don't see Jesper in any of those, but he is in some other shots with the band or with Nicholas as well. So I wonder if maybe this was filmed over a couple days and there was a day where Jesper couldn't be there or something like that. Not sure, just something I noticed. And Peter was definitely using a second bass, but it was also an Ibanez SR. It was just black.
If only you could know.
Oh man, dude, this is so fucking awesome. One thing I did just realize too is I don't think Jesper was in any of the shots with the band now that I think about it. But there were some shots of him with Nicholas, so I wonder if they filmed that afterwards when the rest of the band wasn't there. Just interesting little things. There's probably nothing to read into or anything, just, you know, production. Let's go talk more about it. You know, at this point already with this band, after only 2 songs, this is so Gothenburg that if somebody came up to me and said that they weren't familiar with the Gothenburg Sound or Melodeath, what should they check out? I would recommend them both of the songs by the Halo Effect. This is such a prime example of that, like, stereotypical Gothenburg sound without it being too generic. Like, it's just phenomenal, man. I absolutely love this. And, you know, I'm always honest in these videos and I will tell you guys what I don't like if I don't like it, but there's nothing about this I don't like, man. I love everything about this. And again, I can't wait until this album comes out. I already ordered the single release of Shadow Minds on vinyl, which I hope to get soon, and you'll see it on the wall, and just fantastic, man. This shit makes me happy. Like, I'm overjoyed right now that this band exists, and I can't wait to hear more, man. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is YouTube. You know how it works. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to like it, like it. But if you do either, I appreciate you for it, and I thank you for watching this time. I'm on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server that a lot of us hang on. I have a Twitch that I stream on all the time, so if any of that sounds interesting to you, I'll throw links in the description below. My handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.